So when I first saw the trailer to Blackberry, I was like, all right, this looks interesting. Then I was hooked when Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny in Philadelphia was in there with his head shaved. I was like, this guy's committed to this role and I have to see it. So Blackberry is a new biopic drama based on a book, about the story of the Blackberry cellular telephone that was out in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, was around for a little bit. It's essentially a rise and fall story, and it's very interesting. I never had a Blackberry growing up. I didn't even have an iPhone when that first came out, but it's kind of cool to go back in time into the late 90s, middle of the 2000s, and see this era of the cell phone growth that we kind of just take for granted nowadays. The story here revolves around Jay Baruchel, who plays Mike Zaridis, I hope I'm saying that right, and Glenn Howerton, who plays Jim Balsillie. Their stories get intertwined. Bosley, however you pronounce it, is kind of a big wig at some other company, and when he comes across Jay Baruchel's character and their Blackberry, or their prototype for what would eventually become the Blackberry device, he leaves that job, joins this group of nerds that is just, they don't really know what they're doing. Like, they think they got it all figured out. They're kind of having fun while doing it. And, Bosley comes in and just, he knows that there's something here, and he squeezes them to get the best product out there. And, so essentially you get like Jay Baruchel's character, the creator of this company, or co-creator of this company that would eventually develop the Blackberry. He's very, he's very smart, but he doesn't really know how to handle the business side of things. And then you have on the other side Bosley, who is very smart but not very technical. And these guys, as drastic as their relationship is, they work together really well. And it's kind of interesting to see maybe a little bit of manipulation to kind of get things going, but it creates this product, and this, revolutionizes kind of where cell phone technology went. It's actually very fascinating how that all worked, seeing the behind the scenes stuff of that. And that's kind of the core of this movie. While yes, it is about this product of the Blackberry and its rise to power and then its fall from grace, essentially, it is about these two guys kind of at the heart of it. And then there's a third guy, played by actually the director himself, Matt Johnson, who plays Douglas Freegan, who's kind of the other co-creator in there of the company originally before Bosley gets involved. And so it is this weird kind of triangle of friendship and trust and just manipulation that weirdly works its way into this story of this product. And I found it very captivating. So you're just on the edge of your seat, like, why are these guys letting him manipulate him like that? What is this guy's end goal? Because he is a slimy, just foul-mouthed executive type, and then you just have these like gold-hearted nerds who are just kind of out there trying to have fun and make processors and modems in their garage, essentially. It's a very interesting melding of their worlds and where everything goes. And then, of course, like any, true story about these products that go from the rise to the fall, there's some shady stuff that kind of happens in there while they're facing trials and tribulations of their product as it's growing and have competition and having other companies looking at them trying to, hostile take them over. And at what lengths do you have to go to save your company? And do you have shady aspirations? Like this Bosley guy, might have dreams of doing something else with his life and not just being part of this tech industry. So I thought that was all interesting. And the performances are really outstanding in this. I think Jay Baruchel, you see him in a lot of comedies, and he's always kind of funny. But in this one, it is cool to kind of see his dramatic chops and him just kind of playing a little more reserved, a little quieter. But when he speaks, it is important, and it is very critical when he says stuff, even though he is a little more apt to be manipulated. But it is kind of also his journey of kind of growing the spine and becoming a more ruthless CEO of a company. On the other side, you got Glenn Howerton, like I said, from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This dude has always been funny. He's been great on that show. and to see him take this kind of dramatic role where it is essentially a lot of just yelling and screaming obscenities, which was fine by me, and it's also funny, able to carry that weight of just this foul-mouthed executive trying to get what he wants, but also having it be funny and kind of scary at the same time. I thought it was a really good mixture, and I think Glenn Howerton knocked that out of the park. I mean, you get a lot of other ancillary characters that kind of come in, other actors that come in and play really good supporting roles here. Like Cary Elwes pops in for a minute, and I had to, it was almost like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. But overall, this was a captivating story. I don't know what it's been this year about these like true story, about technology, like the Tetris movie. I really dug. The story about the Michael Jordan shoe was great. Now here we go, the story of the Blackberry telephone. Who knew? That was great. And we're going to have a movie coming out about the Flamin' Hot Cheeto creation. Like, it's crazy some of the movies we're getting about true products and the stories behind them. And even if, like, 40% of this whole story is true, it's still nuts. There's still a lot of crazy stuff in there that I really enjoyed, and I highly recommend this film to a lot of people. It's definitely towards the top of my list of films this year, and I'm going to be giving it a very enthusiastic B+. I kind of wanted to go back and see this again. I just was captivated by it. It does get a little slow towards the end of the film. I thought it had a lot of great pacing there for most of the film. Trails off a little bit at the end, but regardless, it still works, and I think is a great little story and a little piece of history that I never really knew about. I mean, the BlackBerry's place and where technology has kind of gone in the last 2-3 decades is actually very interesting, and I would encourage people to go check it out. What do you guys think? Do you have any interest in seeing Blackberry? Did you have a Blackberry, or were you an iPhone person all along? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you could please hit that like button, the subscribe button, the little bell notification, be notified whenever I drop new videos. It would be greatly appreciated. And I also got to see that new Charlie Day movie this weekend. To make that 2 It's Always Sunny cast members films to check out this weekend. What's his film called? The Fool something. Yeah, whatever it is. It's probably on screen right now. I'm definitely going to go check it out at some point this weekend. And until then, guys, I'll be seeing you.